I think I'm gonna try airbrushing him, and I will do the throne with regular brushes, but yeah, he's a very handsome fellow for sure. So I airbrushed this guy black first, and then I made him like a little bit of white from the top. So like basically white from that angle. And you can only see it catching like the, but I think I should do a little bit more of that. Yeah, I tried doing some zenithal. I've never done that before though. So it's a little, I'm still messing around with it a lot. But yeah, they're definitely inspired by Aztec type of architecture. So it's all very gold. I think it looks really nice though. I think this throne looks really sick. Easily one of the coolest things. Yeah, maybe I'll cover it with the same color echo. I'm not decided yet. But I just wanted to give it a shot, you know? Figured it'd be fun. I need my Gracier. And a little bit of water. Will I be playing the Diablo 4 DLC? Yeah. But that's not coming out for a while, is it? I don't think that's supposed to come out for another while. If it's coming out already, it's probably not very good. I don't really know, but generally speaking, it takes a while before that thing releases, no? Or like a proper DLC. If it's okay, let me put it like this. If it's a proper DLC, I will play it. If it's an Overwatch 2 DLC, I don't really care. Because like Overwatch 2 is, you know, they like reinvented what it means to be a sequel, and I don't really love it. If that's the DLC that we're gonna get as well for Diablo 4, I don't think I'm gonna play it, but if it's like a proper DLC, I'll probably check it out. There's a new class. I feel like they're really quick with this DLC. I'll probably check it out. What's the name of the new class? Spiritborn. Okay. So they did not go with any of the classes from Diablo 3 or whatever? Interesting. That is interesting. You'd assume they try and go back to some of the stuff they've already done, but... Last time I tried watching a YouTube video on this stream setup, everything broke up, Ayarto. So I'm not gonna click it. But if somebody wants to watch it, it's in the chat. I feel like this setup works great when I don't click anything. Okay. Just bring in the undercoat back for all of the stuff. The story behind the class is pretty edgy. What is it? Do you have a TLDR? Or just edgy? Okay, so we need to... It's the chosen child soldier type of thing? Okay, I see. I'm gonna base coat. I'm gonna base coat the blade with some striking scorpion. Which I think is a good idea. I've never used this paint before. Brand new bottle. Brand new color for me. It looks green. Maybe because it is. I'm actually going to use a bit of a tinier brush too. I need to still relayer some of the... I just realized there's still smudge over here. On the inside bit. Same over here at the bottom. We'll have to just relayer a couple of the orbs. These orbs need to be like a glowy green later. The brighter the better. And that works much better. Dude, I can barely see. That works much better when we have a white base coat. Or, this is technically gray. There's a bunch of orbs all over the guy's body though. I think I'm also gonna make his, let me see. Yeah, so every single one of these little orbs on his chest, or on his tabard rather, I should also base coat again with this same color. How is Diablo 4 these days? I haven't heard much about Diablo 4 in quite a while. Because initially people were like, Diablo 4 bad? Like initially people were excited about Diablo 4. And then the sentiment changed to Diablo 4 bad. And then it kind of got okay again, I guess? I don't really know exactly what it's like these days. It was better than it was, but still like a 4 out of 10? Okay. I had a pretty good time playing it. Until we were at the max level, and then it was kind of just, what do we do now? Oh, are they trying to pump out the DLC before Path of Exile 2 comes out? That would be a dumb decision, man. Sorry, I can't show you guys this. This is, I can barely see this angle myself. Thank you, Dollar Admiral. We've made some pretty good progress, I think, overall. This is not the hardest mini though. This is a pretty chill little mini. It was really fun, Big Dodo. Yeah, it was fun to see. Cars go zoom. I mean, it's hard to follow. So we went to the Formula 1 qualifier on Saturday. I'd never been to like a racing circuit type of thing before. And it was kind of difficult to follow what's going on. But it was still fun to be there, you know? Like it was fun to kind of get the atmosphere a bit and a bit of the vibe. Main problem was that it was very rainy that day. So it started off super sunny and then it began raining and raining and raining and raining. And we had parked the car like 30 minutes away. So actually, it was like a 30, so from the car, 30-minute bike ride to the place where we parked our bicycles, and then a 30-minute walk to the actual venue. So on the way back, it was pouring down. So on the way back, sadly, we were absolutely drenched. It was like a half-hour walk, half-hour bike ride to get to my car, and then an hour back home by car. It was yeah, it was a bit of a disaster. It was fun. It was a fun adventure in hindsight, you know, but being there in the moment, it was very frustrating because I was absolutely drenched. Yeah, I think in hindsight, we will think back of that right back, you know, fondly. But at the moment, now the way there was great though, because it was kind of sunny and it was kind of cool. We decided to stay for another hour because they had a race scheduled for the Saturday afternoon for the Formula Academy, which is like the women's race. And they did the formation lap. So we were there for the formation lap, but then they decided to abort the actual race because it was pouring down. It was way too bad. It would have been fun to actually see that race, but sadly, yeah, we stuck around for quite a bit longer. And then they rescheduled the race to the next morning. So we decided to leave. But it was absolutely pouring down, you know, it was not safe. So good on them for canceling it, but we were sitting in the stands for a while and then it started raining and raining and raining and raining. Very, very Dutch. It's also like Zandvoort, so the circuit is like right on the coast. Like it's like, you know, within a kilometer or whatever of the North Sea. It's very, very close. So there's nothing stopping the wind. Nothing in between it and the sea, you know, so it was just... Yeah, the drinks and the food were very overpriced. Like, I had a good time, but I don't think it's worth the money, to be honest. It was fun to do like one time, but I don't know if I'm gonna go again next time. They're already selling tickets for next year. It was fun to try out once, if that makes any sense, but I don't really think I'm gonna... Maybe. Not sure. You wish you had the patience to paint minis? It's fun, dude. You should give it a shot. I didn't think I would have the patience, but I'm actually... It's not too bad. It's in Zandvoort, Rokkagirl, which is on the coast of the Netherlands. I know you're from Switzerland, so like a coast, it's basically where like your country is connected to either the sea or the ocean. I know, I know you don't have those. It's not a lake. It's like continuous water. It keeps going, dude. I tried watching a little bit of NASCAR at some point, but that was very fucking boring, Alberto. I don't know what's going on there, man. They were just driving around. To the left. To the left, to the left, to the left. I saw one of the NASCAR drivers recently claim that he was a better driver than Max, who's the Formula 1 world champion. And I think I kind of understood what it's all about. I think it's a lot of drama, isn't it? That guy was clearly trying to stir some shit up. They asked Max about it in an interview. He's like, yeah, maybe. He didn't really, you know, he didn't go into it. The Formula 1 guys do love a little bit of drama as well, but I think, I can imagine a lot of NASCAR is mostly drama. Because the race itself wasn't very fun to watch. Maybe I just watched a boring one, I don't know. Could be. It's a cool color. I'm laying it on quite thickly. I'll do a little bit green over here too. This little connecting bit. I do think Warhammer painting is pretty fun, by the way. They sell some cool starting packs if you're interested in giving it a try. Just know that if you decide to ever pick up one of the starting kits, that is the best value you're ever going to get. Everything after that is more expensive. They sell you a bunch of minis and a bunch of paints and like a little brush and shit for like 30 bucks. Everything after that gets more expensive. Even the starter kits are not cheap. Race car fuel burns clear, so when it catches fire, you can't see it? Really? In NASCAR? Huh. When the fuel spills on the people and they catch fire? Oh god, dude, it's that hot? It doesn't do that in Formula 1. In Formula 1, it does not burn that color. Well, maybe it does part of it too, but it doesn't do it by default. That is very scary, dude. We arrived right as Logan Sargent crashed. There's one American driver in the Formula 1, and he is not that good compared to the others. Poor Logan, dude. He was trying his best to like... He's just looking so demoralized. He's not getting fired, he's just not getting his contract renewed. So at the end of the year, it's just, he's out. I'm sure he'll do some other racing, but yeah. I don't know exactly what sort of fuel they use in Formula 1. I know they're big on trying to make it sustainable and shit. Which is a bit funny because all these guys are using private planes and they're going everywhere, all around the world every couple of weeks. But maybe the racing itself is sustainable? I don't know exactly what they include and what they don't. There's an electric Formula 1. Yeah, Formula E is what it's called. But it's not nearly as popular as Formula 1. The cars go fast though. Like, I'm not really a car elitist, but Formula E does sound weird, okay? Like, I don't really care so much about the noise, but the Formula E cars go like, meep, meep. Like they sound like remote controlled cars, you know what I mean? Just very large, and they obviously go very, very fast, but it's a different vibe. Yeah, you're probably right, Caston. Alrighty, a little bit of base coating done over there. I am gonna do Pterodon turquoise on the part where the stuff is held. Yep. The grip is going to be black in the end, but we're gonna base coat it with Pterodon turquoise to have a little bit of like a green vibe. I'm going to cover this with Black Templar, which is pretty transparent. And I think it's kind of nice to have a little bit of green shine underneath. I saw the War Hipster do this in his video. I'm following a lot actually from the War Hipster here in this painting. I'm not coming up with the full color scheme or whatever myself. This is the box art color scheme mostly. And I tried taking the paints that somebody else in a YouTube video used. Highly recommend checking out War Hipster. Great videos. But he did this in his, and I was like, oh shit, that's clever. So you kind of want a little bit of a dark green for the color of the staff. And if you base coat it with like a dark green and then you cover it with a transparent black, it turns very dark green. And it looks cool. Yeah, they had like warp energies or some shit for their weapon. I don't really understand how it works. But that is what they use. I don't actually know if it's warp energies. But it's like a power blade type of thing. I don't really know how... I don't want to make any claims, dude. I'm gonna upset the Necron elitists. Also, I'm just getting it straight wrong. So I don't know what sort of weaponry they actually use, but... they're strong. Yeah, they don't like the warp, do they? So I was using warp as like in a generic way, but they don't like the warp very much, I don't think. Okay. Not bad. Now we can cover this a little bit later. And we should be good. I need to make sure that the actual blade area is dried up before we do a second layer, because we're going to be blending out the different colored parts. I want to try and create some smooth blends on the weapon in particular, which is kind of difficult, but... okay, we're going to do some relayering on the silver. I want to use a slightly brighter color for this. So I used a dark silver for... I hope this is the right color. Is this dry? Yeah, it's just shiny, okay. I used a pretty dark silver initially to try and smooth out some of those transitions. Leaving obviously all the recesses alone, but especially the flat areas I want to make them extra shiny. I think that'll look better. Gotta make sure I do this a little bit methodically though. Because it's very easy to accidentally paint over the detail we've already got. There we go. Is that noticeable? Oh yeah, that is way shinier. You see how shiny that paint is? That is so shiny. Okay, good. I'll add it to the little tops over here too, the areas in particular that would be more exposed. I can leave most of the deeper areas alone, I think. Should give a pretty nice effect. Maybe some on the top sections over here. If you think about the lightfall, I think coming in from this section up here is kind of nice. Yeah. Okay, that should be okay for that section. I want to do the same for his face. I just need to be careful, because I don't want to smudge the recesses up. Okay. Okay. What's the sides of his head? Nice, Javier. Huge dude. I knew you could do it. Hey, thank you, Cardigan. I've been trying. I feel like this is more obvious on camera than it is in person for some reason. I think the reflective parts of the, like the little bits that are inside of the paint are captured better by the camera than my fucking eyeballs. Because he looks very shiny now on camera. I want him to be shiny, so that's good. I mean, he is quite shiny. I think in the previous, with the previous color, he looked a little darker than he actually was. More shine equals better. Yeah, the camera's contrast is slightly different than real life. Okay. We'll do this side piece over here next. No recesses on this thing. Some tiny recesses over here on the second layer of the leg. Okay, there we go. It blends together very nicely. I think I'm gonna go around this twice with this color, because there are some areas, some tiny little lines that I don't love. But this is pretty quick. What's kind of cool about this though is even if you don't do a perfect coating here, it'll just look like battle damage. I don't know if you can see that on his leg. Yeah, you see that on his leg right there, where it's kind of scratchy? This part right over here, the part that I just went over, I think it'll still look fine. I'm gonna try and do a second coat of it to try and tidy it up a bit, but I don't think it really is necessary so much because we can kind of just assume it's battle damage. Okay. Let's assume the whole mini is battle damage. Yeah. That way I don't have to paint anything. Just spray coat it in silver. Easy. Numenor's onto something, man. I like that. Oh shit, dude. I feel like his body is gonna fall off. Maybe I need to glue this back down again. He seems to be shifting when I touch him over here. Do you see that? Maybe just don't touch it, Lowko. Maybe just very delicately. Leave it on there. I don't think I want to have his torso disconnected. Whew, okay. Thank you, Mr. Maps. I don't think I would want to be a... I feel like if you're doing a lot of commission work, it must get kind of boring at some point. Maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. Maybe it's really nice. I've been really loving it though. It's been really fun. Yeah, exactly. It's just like anything, right? It kind of becomes a job at some point if you... Hey, Crawl, thank you so much, man. Welcome
smile.
back. Appreciate the support. Thank you for the 20 months. That's a long time. No, I feel like I'm already very privileged with what I do for a living. I obviously spend a lot of time. I try my best. But I think mini painting is a nice extra activity to do on stream, rather than something I want to do for a living, if that makes sense. Although basically with any new hobby I find, I immediately do think about, ooh, this could be something for a YouTube channel, or like, ooh, I could make a video about this, or, you know. That's with anything I do though. I immediately find ways to potentially make content. I sometimes wonder what that would be like, you know? If I were to start making content right now from scratch, would I still be able to grow a channel? With, like, if I knew what I knew right now, or what I know right now, would I still be able to have a channel that people would watch? Can't really say, but I think I probably can. What do I think about the Joy Toy Warhammer 40k line? I have no idea what that is. I think it's different for streaming actually. Like if I were to start streaming right now, I don't know if there would be anybody watching. It takes a long fucking time to build a channel, man. Okay. Shiny silver. Oh, he's looking way shinier, dude. I like it. I like it. Okay, let me try and retouch some of the little panels that need a second layer. Couple little spots over here. The flat panels in particular require a bit of a second coat. More coats equals better. Well, not necessarily, I guess. Okay. I like how these colors blend together so nicely. So this is Iron Warriors first and then Lead Belcher, which I think works really nice. Yeah, I feel like it's more likely to, if you want to start making content right now, I think it's probably easier to start a YouTube channel and get views than it is to start a Twitch stream and get views. Because like a YouTube channel is, I don't know, very easy to, or much easier, I think, to create a good idea and get people to watch. On Twitch, it's very much so the guys on the top that probably will stay on top. And Twitch is not really encouraging so much for new people to find new streamers. They don't really do a very good job with discoverability. Yeah, YouTube also tries to get people to watch new content, whereas on Twitch that's not really the focus, I guess. Okay, we want to do some color blending. On the weapon. Maybe new streamers are no good. Maybe. Maybe that's the harsh reality. I don't know. Okay, we want to do some color blending with Warp Lightning, which is a darker green, and a bit of medium. This takes a while to dry, so we'll have to, let me actually shake it up. We'll do this right now. Yo, Keston, what's up?
The best
way to be huge on Twitch is huge somewhere else and then start streaming? Yeah, 100%. Which is kind of shitty. Oh, by the way, let me go check real quick whether or not my YouTube video is ready to be uploaded. Because sometimes YouTube takes about 7.5 years. Oh, hell yeah. All right, sorry, I'm just in the other room right now. Sometimes YouTube takes a very long time to process a video. The one with the ghosts, the ghost thumbnails. I think that's a good idea. Clem makes Terran look overpowered. The new world champion makes Terran overpowered in StarCraft 2. Perfect, dude. We got all the buzzwords out of the way. Best of 7 series of StarCraft 2 between Hero, Protoss, and Clem Terran. All right, I'll expand on that a little bit later. This takes a little bit to upload. The biggest bottleneck now in my video creation, as far as like time spent goes, is not the video recording or the video editing or the video rendering or the video uploading. It's the video processing on YouTube. I have zero influence on it. And sometimes YouTube does it really well and it's super quick. And other times YouTube is like, don't know. Do I have legs? No. No. Those were all fake, dude. Yeah, it's an AI drawing. It's a live AI draw. Thank you for explaining it. I'm a little afraid the top body is gonna fall off, guys. I don't know. I don't really want to break it off. But he is supposed to be a little bit more tilted to the left. Why does he... Somehow the body was like... Fuck me, dude. Something happened. Yeah, you see how his body actually moves? I may have to re-glue that down, but I don't remember if he's stuck. I think he's only stuck in one location there, so I might be able to just glue it on. Anyways, I'll do it if he falls off. I want to try and get a darker color going right over here. And then I want to try and blend it out in the direction of the blade. So I want to soak up most of the color. And just drag it away from that spot. So hopefully if it dries up, we'll create a nice little shadow over there. I think that part is probably good. I'm looking at the box art and the way they've done it over there. Okay. I don't like wet blending contrast paints very much. It's kind of difficult on larger panels. I did a little bit on that on the Glotkin that I recently painted. But I don't think I like doing it all too much on... I don't think it makes it easier on parts like this, if that makes sense. Okay. I think after some highlighting, it'll look a little bit nicer. I think I'm actually just going to cover this in. This is quite dark. I actually didn't think it was going to be this dark. Yeah, contrast blending is really quite easy. It's just that you need to be fast because it dries pretty quick. And it does this weird like coffee staining effect if you don't do it fast enough. So I'm trying to do it mirrored in every location. I've noticed though with a lot of this type of painting, you kind of have to trust the process a bit. Because it's easy to look at what you've put down and be like, ha, that's not really what I was hoping for, but... Yeah, exactly. I think this is okay on that side. And we'll have to obviously add more layers to it. This is only the beginning of the color transitions. Okay. Okay. Adding some depth. This is a cool color. Very bright. Just gotta make sure I mirror it. like I did on the other side. Okay. I actually just realized I forgot a little part as well with the other color. The sides are not painted. The sides of the weapon. There we go. Okay. So that is the weapon right about right now. That already looks a little bit better. The acrylic paint used for minis dries in a couple seconds. Yeah, it's mostly with contrast paints that they can reactivate if you paint them too quickly, if that makes sense. Like if you go over it again too fast, you can get a pretty ugly type of staining, which kind of looks like a coffee stain, if that makes sense. But it sure does dry quickly. You can change the properties of it a little bit. If you don't want it to dry so quick, you can add some medium, which helps out quite a bit. But it still dries pretty fast. So this stuff you don't actually have to thin. You can use it straight from the bottle, which is kind of nice. I mean, you can thin it. It depends on the color you're going for. Okay. There we go. Try to fade it out a little bit. It's a little splotchy. I would have liked it to be slightly tidier, I guess. But we'll have to let it dry fully before we make any decisions. Okay. Fade it out. Yeah, I think I'm gonna accidentally drop this guy off of his fucking base at this rate, man. Like, he's very, Oh, I think the problem is that his head... He can't fall off. His head is in the way. I think his torso is basically... So I think you put the head on after the torso, and I think the torso is moving around a little bit. I'll have to try and move it as little as possible so I don't accidentally break the guy. I'll try and hold the cape, I guess, over here while painting. Once he's done, we don't have to worry about it so much. Because I'm not gonna, he's not gonna be a play piece or whatever. He's not gonna be part of an army. So he won't really be handled, but... Okay. Tiny little bit of medium. Just try and smooth out the blends a little bit. Okay. I think we're gonna do some edge highlighting next. A little bit of edging on stream. A Twitch chat favorite. I'm gonna use a little bit of an even brighter color for metallics. And I don't know if this is gonna look good because it's a different brand. So there's a color from Citadel. That I don't have. I have this thing instead, which is very shiny. This stuff is really cool, but I don't know if it's the correct color. I think it is.